My parents let my childhood bully move into our home, chose her over me, and now they're begging to be a part of my baby's life. I'm pregnant with my first child, and only a few weeks ago, my estranged parents found out about my pregnancy from someone I know back in my hometown. They reached out so excited to find out they were going to be grandparents and wanting to be involved, but I ignored them and continued ignoring them until 2 days ago, when I replied one time and made it clear they will never know my child or be in our lives, and that I wanted them to stop contacting me. This was all via email BTW. Let me get into some background. I have an older sister, Sam, 28, and she has a best friend named Luna. Sam and Luna met in pre-K and became fast friends. Luna was over at our house all the time, and eventually she started saying really awful things to me and bullying me. She called me names, mocked me whenever I asked if I could spend time with her and Sam, threw stuff at me when she'd see me, and even made a game out of spitting at me and seeing how many times she could hit me. My parents knew and they did nothing, but once I was 7, they sat me down and told me that Luna had a bad time at home, and she was mean, but she needed us, and I needed to understand, and how Luna was so important to Sam, and she would grow up into a better person if we didn't abandon her. She used to come along to extended family parties and dinners. I remember one time Mom's side was all meeting up, and because my parents didn't say Luna was coming, we were a chair short for a bit. Luna took the chair and then said there was no room for me at the table, just like there wasn't room for me anywhere, and I should cry in a corner somewhere. Mom's family were horrified, and I started to cry. I was like 9 by then. My grandparents ended up leaving the table and getting one for just the 3 of us, and they spoiled me while they refused to pay for a single thing Luna consumed. They asked me what was going on too, and I told them everything. Afterward, my parents got so much shit from Mom's side of the family, and my mom's parents contacted my dad's parents, and they were shamed by both sides. When they had enough of that, my parents told Sam that Luna needed to come over less, or she needed to be nicer. They sort of stuck to that for a while. My grandparents checked in on me weekly to see if my parents were letting that spoiled little madam into the house to abuse me, and I think that was the deterrent for my parents. But then when I was 12, my parents let Luna move in with us. They said her home situation was worse and she was going to apologize, and we were going to make sure she felt wanted and welcome with us. I got a sorry, I guess, from her, but I could hear her making fun of me to Sam whenever me and my parents weren't around. She'd laugh about how I looked betrayed when my parents told me she was moving in. She found it hilarious. I think you can see whose side Sam was always on. I lived like that for a little over a year before it got to be too much, and I told my grandparents Luna was living with us. They went ballistic on my parents, and after weeks or months of fighting about it, my grandparents insisted I was going to move in with them. My parents protested against it, but my grandparents said they couldn't be trusted to take care of me. My parents wouldn't kick out Luna for me, so yeah, I lived with my grandparents the rest of that time, and I actually live in the same neighborhood as them with my partner now. I actually had 0 contact once I moved in with my grandparents. These emails were the first contact in more than a decade. My parents keep replying to that one email. I got like 4 within a few minutes about an hour after I sent it, and they're telling me I'm taking this too far, and they said Luna isn't even in the picture, but they are not my family anymore.